Very good evening, folks, and welcome live here to Netwatch Cullen Park for the second of the Carlow Junior A Football Championship semi-finals. It is the Fighting Cocks up against Kilbride. We're about to get underway very, very shortly, about 3 minutes in fact away from throw-in. If you have just joined us and you weren't in on the earlier link, it was a comfortable win for the end for Loughlin Bridge over Rathvilly. 215 to 1-6, I think possibly. Might have been how it ended up.
217 to 1-5.
217 to 1-5, okay. Close enough. It's where I wasn't here, but anyway.
Or from Loughlin Bridge.
Just trying to be modest about it. But yeah, look, it was, in the end on the scoreboard, looked like one-way traffic, but certainly for long periods, Rathvilly caused Loughlin Bridge a lot of problems. The crucial period, as we were alluding to, was Rathvilly get the penalty to go back to 8 and Loughlin Bridge get a goal in a few moments. Now, we are going to have a moment's silence very, very shortly. And then we'll have Aran Levine. But as we said, it is Kilbride versus the Fighting Cocks. And just before the action gets underway, we'd like to thank our sponsors, the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse, located in Kilbride, and another good Kilbride man, Colin O'Toole, very much prominent with J&J Services Limited, who have done the 2 games with us here this evening. So right now I believe we're going to pause for a moment's silence.
I would ask for our patrons to be standing for a moment's silence. We're asking you to stand for a moment's silence this evening in honour of Mrs. Colette Hickey, Nee Putney, who was laid to rest earlier today in Rathvilly. Colette was a lifelong supporter of the Fighting Cocks GA Club. Her son Paul is the current PRO in the club. Colette was responsible for catering for the Fighting Cocks players and was renowned for providing generations of players with her lovely sandwiches and food. She was a willing volunteer and was a great supporter of the club's fundraising efforts. Colette's legacy lives on, and her contribution to the Fighting Cocks Club will never be forgotten. We in Carlow GA send our condolences to her family, to her relatives, and to her friends, and to all involved in her beloved Fighting Cocks GA Club. Yesterday, there had a hand usul English.
Offer our condolences to the Hickey family. And now we're going to pause for our national anthem. sound of Ron Naveen blaring out here in Netwatch Cullen Park as we await this eagerly anticipated second Junior A Football Championship semi-final between the Fighting Cocks and Kilbride. The coverage this evening brought to you thanks to J&J Services Limited for all your signs, graphic needs, and the Forge, Bakehouse and restaurant, of course, located just in the heart of Kilbride as well. So thanks to them for coming on board. Stephen Barmack joins me for this second game as well. If you have just joined us, Loughlin Bridge are into the final with a comfortable win over Rathvilly. We will give you the two teams, starting with Kilbride. So Michael Brown is in goal, the full back line, John O'Neill, Tom Donald and Michael O'Brien. Sean Foley, Porrick Waters, Davy Francis the half back line. Middle of the field, Dara Foley, Pierce Dean. Half forward line, Jack Fitzgerald, Daniel Bulger, Rian Farrell. Full forward line, James Foley, Nathan Dorn, and one late change, Owen Nolan comes in for Jack Cranny. For the Fighting Cocks, a couple of changes. James Hickey comes in at fullback in place of Matthew English Hayden, and Trevor Watchorn comes in place of number 10 Niall Fitzpatrick. Dara Byrne, Conor Ruan, James Hickey and Dylan Ruan are the first four names on the team sheet this evening. Then you've Billy Malloy, Will Kelly and Billy Nolan. Middle of the field, a formidable duo of Cormac McElligott and the captain Liam Shepherd, Trevor Watchorn, Jack McDonald, Emmett Moran and Killian Fagan, Alan Quigley and Aaron Dowling. Johnny Murphy is our match referee. Marion Hayton was listed on the programme. Not quite sure if there was a late change or maybe what has happened in that regard, but Johnny Murphy it is. Johnny Murphy was in Australia, I believe, last weekend. The ball is in and the game is on in this Junior A Football Championship semi-final. Who will join Loughlin Bridge in the decider? Right now it's free for Kilbride. Kilbride will operate into the Deer Park road end in the first half. Dara Foley is going to go along with this one. He'll go on. Nolan might be in there somewhere. It's a great take in fairness. And is that the first score? I believe it is. It's gone in and it's gone high. And with 26 minutes on the clock, Kilbride have taken the lead through Nathan Dorn. Nothing wrong with that, Stevie?
No, Route 1, lob it in. And, Dara Foley has a foot on him. We know that quite well. And he can ping a pass, left foot, right foot. Route 1, big full forward, Nathan Dorn, first ball. He's in the game now straight away. Point to Kilbride.
Point to Kilbride, and the Fighting Cocks look to engineer a response immediately. Emmett Moore is clearing down that side.
Advantage.
Strike goes in, maybe a late hit as well, and it's going to come back for the advantage. I'd imagine actually wasn't Emmett Moore. Emmett Moore is just to the left of Jonathan Murphy as we speak.
Yeah,
so
big chance
opportunity for is it Aaron Dowling perhaps to have a go? He's been absolutely excellent for them this year, Aaron Dowling.
Yeah, and he was very good in the minor semi-final last week as well for St Martin's against Clare Rogue. He's taking it off the floor by the look of it.
Son of Matty, of course, who is listed among the subs for the Fighting Cocks, and definitely more than a chip off the old block. Lining this one up for a two-pointer is Aaron Dowling. It's going to drop dangerously in around the back post, and I think a fist was got to that there.
Yeah, man coming out here in front of us, and he just turned around.
It's Trevor Watchorn.
Trevor Watchorn. Another one in around the mix.
Yeah, look at
fist hold, and it can go anywhere, and went over the bar.
The Fighting Cocks, in fairness, have physicality as we know, but they also have size with that physicality.
Yeah, and look at the size. Actually, the size for the kickouts here. Trevor Watchorn is on Davy Francis here, and there's a
like that
size of difference
around the middle of McElligott, Shepherd, who's going for this ball. You know, Jack McDonald and Trevor Watchorn. That is considerable. But Dara Foley gets Kilbride going here and having a go, and having a good go is the centre forward Daniel Bulger, son of Kieran, a good friend of the podcast, and Kilbride registered their second score from play with a couple of minutes on the clock. Kilbride 2 points, Fighting Cocks 1 point. So already, you know, scores are plentiful. I think we went a considerable amount of time without one in the first half of the first game, Stevie.
Yeah, and Kilbride are on the attack here again. They're after catching a kick out, and Nolan has it. They're off his shoulder. It's going to be a point to set a chalk it down, lads.
Yeah, over it goes. What a start this is for Kilbride. 3 points from play. Dara Foley with the latest one there. Owen Nolan, we would have known him as a defender down through the years. His brother Porrick, very much the sharp shooter up top, but he's definitely providing a great outlet there at the edge of the square.
It's direct football. Good kick pass in. Now, the first one Dara kicked in, it was a high ball. That one was low in front of Owen Nolan. It's back out to Dara. So you have 11 and 14 on the score sheet and 8 as well, and they're all in the game now straight away. So
3 points, Kilbride, 1 point, the Fighting Cocks. That's a great take in fairness. And the Fighting Cocks are on their way. Again, there's plenty of pace in that side as well, with Billy Malloy and Billy Nolan venturing forward. James Foley is back there. He's wearing 13.
Strong hand.
Wearing 13, but playing in what is a very familiar position for him.
Yeah, just a different jersey.
And
and speaking of the jersey, hats off to Kilbride for a team with a striped jersey. The back of it is clear. The numbers are very easy to see, so other clubs take note.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably a contender for one of the nicest ones as well, along with Asca, and I have to be biased, I think the Loughlin Bridge one's a nice one also, but yeah, definitely easier on the eye from a commentator's point of view.
You were going well, you just didn't stop.
That's it, yeah. I'm not going to keep digging now either. That's a grand direct ball, it has to be said, from a Kilbride perspective, up towards Daniel Bulger, who's done very well to win that and shake off his direct line opponent. Bulger up to Dorn. Back it comes to Dara Foley. Foley thought about having a good pops in towards Owen Nolan. Nice ball as well. Has runners off the shoulder. Might not need him though. He's having to go over the shoulder, but that's going to go to the left and wide. But they look very lively in there, Kilbride. They're delivering the ball very well. They're taking the right options.
Yeah, and they're all strong on the ball. As in, if the ball is kicked in a one-on-one situation, they're winning any of them battles in there in their forward line. The Cocks are probably looking to run it more through the hands. They're carrying the ball.
Here they are now with Emmett Moran. He's on the 45. He's heading towards the 21. He has Dowling on the loop. Dowling has a go. He sends it high into the night sky, and not so handsome, I might add.
Yeah, it never came back for him.
Again, right option, good move. Finish, bit to be desired, but good lively start to this encounter.
Yeah, it's been end to end. It's 3 points to 1, and you know Kilbride have made their attacks pay, whereas Fighting Cocks not as much.
Michael Brown gets plenty of loft into that one, but it's going to be won by the Fighting Cocks, and it was Jack McDonald who feeds Liam Shepherd. Dowling makes the run inside. Trevor Watchorn is in the middle of it as well. Billy Malloy across to Will Kelly. Now Cormac McElligott, all the way from stand side to terrace side, and Emmett Moran heading for the 14, a cute enough angle. Moran sends it in. That looks good from Emmett Moran. That is the second score for the Fighting Cocks. 3 points Kilbride, 2 points to the Fighting Cocks. We're in the 6th minute of this game, with thanks to the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse and J&J Services Limited. Stevie, good lively start.
Yeah, the walked through the hands well there, and Moran from the minute left his boat at an awkward angle. Dumper, no hesitation, and yeah, 3 points to 2. Can't have asked for much better. As I said,
going to be some battle here with Foley and Liam
so
Shepherd,
many big
isn't it?
men around the middle here.
That is definitely a war zone, it has to be said. And the Fighting Cocks, the beneficiaries. Good long high ball sent in. James Foley underneath it. Alan Quigley there as well. Ball breaks loose and favours Kilbride. It's a good strong hit there by Jack McDonald on Tom Donald. But Kilbride work it out through Pádraig Waters. Nice little switch ball as well to Daniel Bulger. This is lovely football from Kilbride. Owen Nolan is out in front. Gathers first time, needs a man off the shoulder, not in forthcoming just yet. Might have to switch it across. You can see what he's trying to do here. He's trying to pick out Ryan Farrell. He's going to have a bit of work to do. In fairness to the Fighting Cocks, they snuffed it out. And that's a lovely neat ball forward as well from Billy Malloy to Jack Mack. Takes it back again. And this is a nice run, just losing possession, unfortunately, at the crucial time. But Fagan wings it back. Now it goes to Jack McDonald. Lovely ball across to Liam Shepherd, who slots this one in, and that's gone over the bar. All square here in Letwatch Cullen Park as we head for the 8 minute, 3 points apiece. Unbelievable start.
And all started back here. Owen Nolan's crossfield ball just didn't work out, and Fighting Cocks burst it, the broken pace, and Liam Shepherd again, like Emmett Moran's one, an awkward angle, probably a better angle, but he knows where the posts are.
There's a noticeable
3 points
difference
apiece
in tempo in this one so far, isn't there? The way the ball is being moved, the way the game
both
is being
teams,
played.
a lot of both teams' players are in the game already. They've been on the ball. Whereas the other game, there was all Loughlin Bridge were in the game. Further went on, it took longer for Rathvilly to get into it.
Dara Foley gathers that one. You can see what he tried to do, but Emmett Moran snuffs it out. Fighting Cox holding possession with Killian Fagan.
Yeah.
Good lively operator is Fagan. This one coming in from an acute angle. I think it's Billy Nolan. Is it Stevie on the far side?
Yeah.
He's very far away. The number is not easy to see, but I know Billy Malloy is on this wing wearing 5 close to us on the stand side. I would take a punt on that being Billy Nolan.
And
I'd also
degree
take a
of
punt on that
difficulty,
being a contender for one of the best scores we've seen tonight.
Yeah, well, that is the best score. The degree of difficulty has increased in each shot they've taken, but they've got the same outcome, 3 points in a row in little under 3 minutes. And like the first game, all different scores. We have 7 different scores so far, so which is always good in the context of the game.
It is indeed. Now, referee Johnny Murphy is blown for a bit of a nudge, I think. And Kilbride will utilise, well, they tried to utilise the solo and go, but it's stop and roll. Dara Foley will think about.
He'll have to go through the hands because Finn Cox have 2 or 3 players back in front of Owen Nolan's area, so they're going to have to work it this time.
And James Hickey is operating a sweeper back there. James Hickey is a phenomenal footballer, I think.
He's not too bad a soccer player either.
Yeah, he plays for the town, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Venturing forward here for Kilbride is Davy Francis. Ryan Farrell now. Both teams settled very well into this one. And the game open from the get-go. Sean Foley here for Kilbride now. Just take this thing over momentarily. It's been a lively start. And the 2 wing backs for Kilbride, Foley and Francis, getting well acquainted with the ball. But now here comes the direct one. Sent in towards Owen Nolan. Stuffed out by James Hickey. Nolan gives a bit of a nudge in the back. Good advantage from Johnny Murphy, and it allows the Fighting Cocks the opportunity to build here and build at pace.
Billy Nolan has pace and he'll try and utilise that.
Emmett Moran is running off the shoulder. Liam Shepherd is on the opposite side. It's good tackling by
Sean
Kilbride.
Foley, I think.
Yeah, and good defending there from Sean Foley. I thought you might use a solo and go, but he's going to come across here instead to his compatriot Davy Francis. Left footed solo ×2 from Francis. Surveying the options, not up the line there. He needs something.
I think the Cox have kind of maybe restructured a small bit. They're filtering back a little bit more than they were in the first 5 minutes. There doesn't seem that room was there for the direct balls. Dara Foley, Daniel Bulger were hitting in. They're going to have to work it through the hands of Daniel Bulger. There's a good bit of room here now. Gives it back to Ryan Farrell.
Yeah,
probably looking for the likes of Dara Foley and into this. And Dara Foley has it now and kicks it in.
Towards Owen Nolan. Nolan out in front again. What an out ball he is providing. In fairness, he's been very busy. Looks lively in there as well. Has to be said. This time he has to come back out to Davy Francis. Francis might actually go back down the same side. He's loose here, and instead they have gone all the way across the terrace side to Sean Foley via Corrick Waters, and that's Dara Foley territory.
Dara Foley territory nailed on, and it's going to be it's just inside the 45 an angle. They're probably going to be about 47 or 8 metres, I suppose, with the angle. Not a breeze to be spoke about.
Dara Foley has made a career out of doing this.
Yeah, and he was only getting 1 point for him. He'll get 2 for this one if it goes over.
Absolutely. Strikes it well. Strikes it high. Strikes it over the bar. 2 point territory, 2 point score. Dara Foley 101.
Yeah, well, you don't have to say a whole lot other than when the 2 points were brought in. When he wasn't with the county, we were hoping, he might be back, and he came back and look at club level here.
Well, it puts.
He's going to kick them all day, and they're serious kicks, by any
stretch of imagination.
The angle suit him right, but you have to have a boot on you.
And he makes it look so easy, doesn't he? And here he is again now gathering the kick out. What a take that is, in fairness. And he's going to utilise the solo and go.
He's going to hop and go that time and he got away with it.
Nolan just a little bit wayward with the pass. But the difference in that 2-pointer, it means that Kilbride go from being a point down to a point up. 5 points to 4. They lead here in association with the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse and J&J Services for all your sign and graphics needs. Here comes Will Kelly. Will Kelly is upended late there by Paul.
Yeah, but I think in fairness now, Johnny Murphy told him to get up, and I think he's right actually. Very, very little in it.
There's another advantage coming here now. There's after been a halting of sorts just outside the D.
The cornerback, I think, is Conor Ruan. Now he did get he did have a reason to go down all right, but it's going to be a chance for Aaron Dolan or Alan Quigley's coming out there, maybe just Conor Rowan is winded.
A touch of the windies there now, and that's
Yeah.
not nice at all.
He's going to get a yellow card. Sorry,
Well,
one of the
a
Kilbride
card
players.
anyway.
Yeah. Case being pleaded.
It's a yellow card indeed. Is it Pádraig Waters who's received it? I think Pádraig Waters put in the first hit, so for me it looks like possibly Michael O'Brien. It is Michael O'Brien. It's gone from possible to probable to definite
Yeah.
in the blink of an eye. So Alan Quigley to have a go at this one. I think the Fighting Cocks player, Conor Rowan is the man that's receiving attention down there. The Fighting Cocks, of course, their management team consists of a couple of serious club stalwarts there: Gary Nolan, Kieran Nolan, Stephen O'Neill, Tom Eustace, Patrick Curry and Ross Elms. And if I'm right in what I'm saying with this, is the Clonmore full forward their physio?
It's looking like it, Jordan Talon, unless
Talon
there's
is
more than one Jordan Talon in the county.
Yeah, well, there's not too many of them I know anyway.
And Pat Nolan is over Kilbride, and it's Pat from Kildavin, like, and Pat's been with Ballon. He knows this.
Pat may have been with the
This
Fighting Cocks
very
actually
well.
when they won the Intermediate Championship. I think he might now, just as memory serves me. Yeah, Pat Nolan joined with Tom Butler, Jim Cranny, and the physio there is John Kenny.
Tom Butler and Jim Cranny, they're stalwart Kilbride men as well.
Yeah, so we have a break and play. Again, a shout out to the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse and J&J Services who have come with us for this evening's game. Alan Quigley with the opportunity now for the Fighting Cocks to level things up just outside the D. 15 minutes gone. Quigley takes his time, sends it in, plenty of height on it, looks to be plenty of accuracy as well. Over she goes, and we have a level game. The first game that Alan Quigley played out the field in Championship this year for the Fighting Cocks was that quarter-final win over Aska. He's been in the goal up to that. Dara Byrne has gone between the sticks, and Alan Quigley has gone up and proceeded to put the ball between them on the other side.
Yeah, it's refreshed them up too, and we should have a break here.
Yeah, big break indeed. Possible goal scoring opportunity, but Fagan takes his point, and Fighting Cocks have gone back into the lead as we hit the 16th minute here in Netwatch Cullen Park. And Stevie, I make that 6 points Fighting Cocks and 6 different scores.
Correct, and Dara Foley has scored twice he's the only player to score twice in the game. That's great to see. Like that means
high skill levels all around.
Yeah, and some great shooting. There's maybe a wide apiece.
It's a good take
there. Good claim there by Fitzgerald, Jack Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Route 1 is the tactic from Kilbride. It didn't work out for Daniel Bulger on that occasion. He's been snuffed out by a flurry of Fighting Cocks players. And that's a bit of a misplaced pass.
It went wrong, but it's gone right.
It went wrong, but it's gone right. Best way of putting it, in fairness, Stevie. Emmett Moran going down over it. And he's been snuffed out now as well.
Yeah.
So defenders on top.
He took a Carlow hardship and got no free, and probably was no free, but he took a Carlow hardship.
Now, can Kilbride build? There's plenty of space in front of Owen Nolan if they can lift ahead. And speaking of lifting ahead, James Hickey goes about taking ahead.
Yeah. But the ball was there.
In fairness, yeah, there was no real malice in it, but there is going to be a stoppage now for a moment. Again, it's noticeable, like, if you were to give any sort of coaching advice whatsoever, it's the starting position of Owen Nolan where he's making those runs from. Look how close Owen Nolan is to goal. He's literally on the goal line almost, or just a yard or two in front of it. When you make the run from there, when the ball's popped in front of you, you are getting it in a position where you can score. If you start your run for 21, you're so far away from goal, you're not a danger.
You're actually that close to the umpires as well, that if you're cute enough, like he might be, not say to manufacture a free, that everyone knows what's going on.
You're in Plymouth territory as well, of course.
Possibly, yeah.
And here comes Daniel Bulger. Oh, a lovely sidestep from Bulger. I think he was having a shot there, was he? It looked to me like he was thinking about it anyway. It would have been audacious, ambitious, all those things, but in the end, it has resulted in Fighting Cocks launching a counter-attack.
Liam Shepherd is going to be a disadvantage is played. If Killian Fagan gives it to Shepherd, who was continuing his run.
Yeah, Fagan bursting forward. He's going to have a go from just outside the 21. It's a dangerous ball. It's in around the goal. In fairness to Michael Brown,
he
did
well.
ever so well to deal with that one.
probably could we do well to change the jersey maybe. There's not much of a difference when you see the goalie's jersey and the Cox jersey. Slight clash maybe.
Yeah, possibly a bib needed there. Davy Francis. Dara Foley back to Davy Francis once more. Kilbride building patiently this time. Francis just takes it into the traffic.
Yeah, he went to go through a gap. There wasn't. The gap was there, but it was closed up very quickly and the ball spilled free.
Will Kelly has been quite the addition for the Fighting Cocks this year. Has played in Kildare Intermediate Football Championship finals with Castledermot, so definitely a welcome addition to the Fighting Cocks, along with Killian Fagan, of course, the current Delegate. So transfer market is serving them well.
Billy Nolan is flying through here again.
Yeah, and he has been halted by James Foley, who has subsequently received the free for his said halting.
I wouldn't say James Foley has had the ball in his hand yet, but he's done a couple of crucial interceptions.
He hasn't had the ball in his hand, but he's done a bit with his hands. Make it what you want in terms of halting progress and maybe getting across, not holding possession, but getting enough to intercept will be the thing. Again, if you just joined us, Loughlin Bridge are through to the Junior A Football Championship final, and this game will, of course, give us a clearer picture on who will join them. But there is a replay in this one, of course, I believe, because this is an initial fixture.
True, yes.
So we won't have extra time with penalties, and there is a chance we may not have a Junior A Football Championship final next week. Now, given the way things have gone over the past few weeks with stalemates, and another one last night with extra time needed to separate Grange and St Patrick's.
Since they brought in the pass, where you could get the pass this year, where you've had so much, there's lads getting matches, like there's never been as many draws.
Well, looking at the draw scorer is Aaron Dowland. Aaron Dowland bearing down on goal, takes a few steps and then is halted. Now, takes the steps and then was halted. So, in fairness, the first infringement is probably the steps.
And there's for a bit of lip, then it's brought forward to the halfway line.
And Kilbride get things going with Daniel Bulger. Bulger, what a ball that is in towards Owen Nolan. Owen Nolan has a runner off the shoulder, just can't quite get loose to get the pass off. So back come Kilbride, who have to build once more. Dara Foley across to Pádraig Waters. He's in 2-point territory. Pádraig Waters will have a go. Pádraig Waters sends it in. Pádraig Waters has nailed that one from way downtown. What a score from Pádraig Waters.
Yeah, and just shows you, like, with the rules, the 2-pointer, the bit of whatever happened above there was something said, balls brought down, could have been 7-5, a 7-6 now the opposite way. So just 50-metre penalty, ball kicked in. Pádraig Waters takes the 2-pointer brilliantly. So obviously Dara Foley has been showing lads how to kick a ball from that distance.
I believe it's a game that would do the intermediate grade justice, Stephen, so far.
Yeah, look, we had a great game here 2 years ago, 3 years ago at the Cox and Ballon in the junior semi-final. Like, it was just mad with goals. This is all points so far, and there's been some quality scores.
There's been some excellent scores, and this is 2-point free territory, and it's also Alan Quigley territory, and it's also Aaron Dowland territory. Nice to have that sort of flexibility with free takers.
He took one already after going, I think, didn't he? And that dropped short, so he'll probably have a better gauge in this one. He's a slightly better angle as well.
Well, as I recall, his dad hit them all out of the hand and was good at them. Dowland can hit them any way you want.
Short again and dangerous.
Yeah, drops in around the goal mouth. And Kilbride will build. 7 points Kilbride, 6 points Fighting Cocks. We have 22 minutes on the clock in association with J&J Services and the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse. This one is a cracker, folks, and I suspect this one is going the distance. Travelling great distance is the Kilbride wing forward Ryan Farrell, but now they've been forced laterally at least. The scorer of the first point this evening was Nathan Dorn. He's just got a touch on the ball once more. It's switched all the way across here to Tom Donald, the Kilbride fullback, who was up around the halfway line. Dorn is over here on the stand side again. Now, Owen Nolan is free inside. That's a good run as well by Jack Fitzgerald. Now it comes to Dorn. I think Owen Nolan wouldn't mind one dropping in around the house. It might drop in around there indeed. That's a great takedown, fairness, by Will Kelly, who sat back. He saw the danger, he knew what was happening, and out he comes and sets Kilbride, or sets Fighting Cocks, as you say, on their merry way.
Yes, that's the thing with the ball. It has to be over the top, and Liam Shepherd.
That's a great tackle by Dara Foley and Liam Shepherd. I think those two would have played together when Bourne Rangers had a football team as well. in amalgamation territory. So
there'd be a fair unit or
definitely
options for a kick-out anyway, and still are.
21s county and obviously senior county panellists together at one particular point as well. So, you know, it's a tussle that would do any grade justice, and this is a game that also would do any grade justice.
They're not leaving on the other side there still.
Here's another high one in around the house, but again, Will Kelly's going to gather it. See, if it goes in, it has to go the whole way. You drop that short at all, it's going to be swept.
Yeah, and I said the Cox have definitely done better on them than in the first 5 minutes in the last quarter of an hour.
That's a super tackle there, in fairness, by Sean Foley, but venturing forward is Billy Nolan for the Fighting Cocks. Here comes Killian Fagan. Runner there in Trevor Watcher, but Fagan goes back once more. Slightly misplaced pass, making hard work for Aaron Dowling, who does ever so well to keep it in over on that tunnel side. Back it comes to McGilligan. Now it's Emmett Moore, and there's a runner here
from deep coming here.
That's Billy Malloy. Billy Malloy across to Liam Shepherd. He's got one already, wouldn't mind another.
Can have a second
that
one.
Looks good. And that is good from Liam Shepherd. We're level again here. 7 points apiece, 24 minutes. This one, as I said already, Stevie, I believe is going the distance.
Oh yeah, there's going to be nothing in it. Like, it's Liam Shepherd, the first Cox player to get a second point. He gets an end of them moves at least 3, 4, 5 times a game. He's been ended twice already in both scores.
That's a great take by Dara Foley.
But then the man he's marking catches a clean kick out and the Cox or Kilbride are away.
Yeah, Foley sets up Jack Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald has Owen Nolan to one side and Dara Foley on the other. Foley will have a go for 2. Foley sends it in and high. I think it might just go to the left and wide on this occasion, and indeed it does. But right option again. They're doing everything right, in fairness to them.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Jack Fitzgerald. Any ball he's been on, done very well on it. For a lad I haven't seen really before.
Dara Byrne surveys the options, and options aplenty at that. The intended target is Jack McDonald. McDonald rises for it. It breaks favourably to Trevor Watchorn. Here's James Hickey. Wasn't listed to start, but did start in place of Matthew English Hayden. Here comes Billy Malloy. Malloy to Killian Fagan. Fagan takes a hop. Across he goes to Cormac McGilligan. McGilligan takes a solo and a hop. He's on the 45. He's inside the arc, heading towards the D. Let's rip, and it's gone to the right and wide.
Now, just didn't come
back in.
I don't think
things have been hectic on the wide front. Maybe a couple apiece.
2 apiece. Yeah, there wasn't a lot in that.
26 minutes gone here. 7 points apiece. Kilbride and the Fighting Cocks in this Carlow Junior A Football Championship semi-final. Johnny Murphy just asks the umpire to remove the second ball from the field so the kick-out can be taken. Brown sends it down towards Fitzgerald. Both the Fighting Cocks pick up the loose ball. They're thundering forward with Aaron Dowling. He's been grounded, and this will give the Cocks an opportunity to go a point up. Will Quigley have a go this time? I think he might. Looks like
left forward, scored so left forward in fairness to Aaron Dowling. He didn't get the benefit out on the previous one, but I suppose that's fresh in Johnny's memory, and he held onto the ball, drew the free.
Tell you what's interesting now, and again, my eyesight is not that good, but there's a fellow by the name of Shay Hayes, who usually umpires alongside Johnny Murphy, who was also part of the management team of Munster Rangers Camogie side today, who won the senior championship. I have a tenner with Shay Hayes not here umpiring somehow or another.
Well, we were asking a couple of weeks ago, was he going to Australia with Johnny? I'd say he's a blow on the hilltop.
Well, he's on cloud 9. He's on cloud 9, and Alan Quigley's radar is in, and that's gone in and over the bar, and the Fighting Cocks are back into the lead. Yeah, super win for Munster Rangers today in the Senior Camogie Championship final over Michael Halton, their 26 in a row attempt, and Satanta winning the Junior Championship final as well. In the Junior A semi-final, the first one this evening, Loughlin Bridge were commanding winners over Philly, and in this one at the minute very little separates the Fighting Cocks and Kilbride, with a couple of minutes to go in association with the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse and J&J Services Limited. The Kilbride have it free.
Yeah, we can't see who the Cox player was, but his biggest problem was he got the ball when he was on the ground, and obviously couldn't have won with it, and it's brought up because he didn't get rid of it. And it's going to be Darragh Foley central.
Yeah, all
2-point effort.
All day long. Like, I mean,
And like it's like the previous one, if this does go over, they're back in the lead again from an indiscretion up further up the field. And this is bang on the 40 on the arc.
The arc is actually providing the perfect kind of radar for him with his run up in the hole, because he comes at it very much from the side. Beautiful strike from Dara Foley, and the outcome is as familiar as the technique. 2 points for Dara Foley, again his second 2-pointer, and again it puts Kilbride from a 1 point deficit into a 1 point lead. Kilbride 9 points, the Fighting Cocks 8. When you have a weapon and artillery like that, it just makes the world of difference.
It makes it look so simple, like, and it's just, it's like feeding biscuits to a bear, like 2 pointers, no breeze. The minute left his foot, the goalie was looking up.
And there is a few bears out there that would eat biscuits. We might get one ourselves here at half time. Trevor Watchorn across to Liam Shepherd. Shepherd venturing inside the halfway line. Nice ball too into Killian Fagan. Loads of pace, this guy. Switches onto the left foot, sends it in, has it snuck inside the post. It has. That's a super effort from Killian Fagan. I don't believe he's left footed by trade. That's a super score. We're level again. So 6 different scores. 6 different scorers for the Fighting Cocks. And looking down through the Kilbride side of things, 4.
And they've had to have them because three of the Kilbride scores have been 2-pointers. So
that's a pick up off the ground, and then there's a man ending up on the ground. And Johnny Murphy has said, "Whoa, the point there for a sec now, lads." That's Kilbride. So what is it? 2 minutes? Did he say?
He said 2. Yeah, it was 3. Okay. Clarified as 2.
It's 33% off. One-time sale. Kilbride in possession. It's Ryan Farrell across to Jack Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald thought about sending one in around the house. Oh no, it's still lurking there, but Will Kelly is sitting in front of him. Sean Foley takes a couple of plays off it. He's tracked by Emmett Moran. Moran forces him back towards the centre forward, Daniel Bulger. Bulger takes a couple of plays himself. He's a lovely sidestep, Daniel Bulger, I have to say. His progress has been halted there as well. He couldn't go no further, but here comes Ryan Farrell. Misplaced pass from Farrell, but it might work out for him. He follows up on it. He's heading down on goal. Ball breaks loose again. And when it went loose, so did the tackle from Farrell. And that is going to be a free out to the Cocks. Definitely attention needed for the Cocks defender. And I would say, in all likelihood, a yellow card for Ryan Farrell.
Yeah, he could chalk it down. Like, the ball got well the first time, broke free, got away the second time, and he just clattered into one of the Fighting Cocks defenders and drove him back about 5 yards on the ground. Yellow card all day long.
Yeah, so we will have a break in play. As we said, we were 2 minutes informed of injury time, I suppose.
Yeah, whoever it is, they'll have the probably quarter of an hour. They'll have the quarter of an hour and a half to recover, because it said they'll need it, because it said they're winded. Can't actually see who it is, but they're getting up off the ground, and I'd say we won't probably have much longer to play in this first half. Possibly 30 seconds left, maybe, if he's going to allow for that stoppage. Actually, we're talking about there's no actual rule in the GAA set time for substitutions. We're always wondering what our rule at home is 20 or 30 seconds for the substitutes when they come in. There's no actual, it's at the referee's discretion.
Well, can the Fighting Cocks get one last score? Oh, that's
Liam Shepherd got clipped late, and he's not got free, but the Kilbride players end up the worst for wear.
I'd say this will be the last action of the first half. Aaron Dowland has been fouled, and I think that will put the Cocks into the lead before half time. Yeah, that was a heavy collision, Stephen, over on the far side.
Yeah.
And a bit of mountain going on here now as well from somebody.
Yeah, James.
Is it James Foley?
Having a chat with Aaron Dowland, and what was going to be
having a chat with Johnny Murphy.
A probable point is going to be a definite point, but Kilbride player over on the far side.
So no discretion for the referees union here, because one is going to give another a card, I think.
No, well, he's not it's not the first time he's got a card off a fellow referee, so he has got a stronger colour before.
Yellow card for James Foley. And Aaron Dowling, I think, will put the Fighting Cocks into the lead here.
Michael O'Brien
14 yards out in front of the
Michael O'Brien
ball.
is picking himself gingerly off the ground beyond. It was a good collision with
Yeah, it was
Liam
hefty.
Shepherd. Probably was a free in it. It was definitely a free, I thought, to the Cocks, but it's worked out all right in the wind-up. They're probably going to get the pint to go in, a pint up at half time.
Yep.
So Aaron Dowling kicks what should be the last
Action up the half, yeah. 10 points, the Fighting Cocks, 9 points, Kilbride. Cracking game of football, it must be said. James Foley, I think, is still having a conversation with Johnny Murphy. He could probably do a lot worse now, maybe just to leave it in case, seeing as he's on the yellow card. But yeah, kick out was taken, and that indeed is the last action of this first half. It is the Fighting Cocks 10 points, Kilbride 9 points. It's been a very enjoyable first half, Stephen.
Oh yeah, like 7 or 8 different scores for the Cocks, and so the 2 pointers Kilbride have been the team that's kept them in it, or gone from being a point down to a point up at certain stages, and impossible to call at the moment.
Impossible to call indeed. So we're going to leave the link live. We're going to mute our microphones so we can go with the whole world. And we'll be back very, very shortly. So we're going to put a message up on the screen just letting people know it is half time. So when you hear silence, don't panic. We will be still on the same link, and we will resume things in about 10 minutes time. But once again, I just want to say thanks to our sponsors here this evening. That is, of course, the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse in Kilbride, and J&J Services for all your sign and graphics needs. And just a quick shout out to our podcast partners for the football championships this year: Milano's Takeaway, Bangladesh, Kevin Kelly Pharmacy, Dia Sports, Tully's Bar, Nurney Plant and Civil, Infinite Energy, Heron Sauna, Chucky Rain On, Fenlon Heating and Plumbing, and Barrow Brew. We will be back, as we said, in a couple of moments time, and do stay with us for all the action. This one is going the distance. And you're very welcome back here to Netwatch Cullen Park for the second half of this Junior A Football Championship semi-final. If you have just joined us, it is Fighting Cocks 10 points, Kilbride 9 points. The winners to face Loughlin Bridge in the final. Change on the Fighting Cocks team. Matthew English Hayden is going to enter the fray.
I wonder is it the slapped there before half time?
Yeah, possibly, and we couldn't actually quite make out who that was. That's the thing, so...
Rolling out. And yes,
what does Sherlock Holmes say by process of deduction? But anyway, by process of deduction, one team might lead the championship tonight.
Clark Darcy, you think may help us out on that one?
Long direct ball sent in from Kilbride in towards Owen Nolan. Nolan looked to have gathered it momentarily, but it has broken away.
Number 3, Matthew English Hayden comes in place of number 2, Conor Ruan. That's number 3.
Yeah, Conor Ruan.
A heavy heel up here. Whether he was the recipient of the second one as well. Remember the one he got over there? That was nearly going wrong.
Yeah, and that can happen from time to time. As we know, again, just a shout out to our sponsors for this particular live audio. It is the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse in Kilbride and J&J Services for all your sign and graphics needs. Located in Tullow, but very much at the heart of all things Kilbride as well. Fighting Cocks got the score just before half time to put them in the lead. It was an Aaron Dowland free. They have quite a lot of scorers to their name. They've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scorers in the first half out of their 10, which is impressive in any man's language. Here comes Killian Fagan. He'd love one as well. He got one in the first half off his left. Sends this one in off his right. Lovely score, lovely balance from Killian Fagan. He has it all, doesn't he, in fairness?
Yeah, at first he broke free there. That was all his own doing, and a great start the second half for the Fighting Cocks.
Yeah, 11 points to 9. The Fighting Cocks lead. So Michael Brown has a look and sends it in the direction of Jack Fitzgerald. Loose ball.
It's the biggest lead the Fighting Cocks have had. And the other thing they've had the lead is only behind them.
It's a good strong hit there by Emmett Moran on Michael O'Brien. And that's a high hit, it must be said, by Jack MacDonald on the right centre back, Pádraig Waters.
There we go, Mohammed, and fair enough, like it's a local derby, it's the semi-finals, lot at stake, and pitch are only going in, it's not going in today, only going to go in.
Oh, we were past there, but it works out okay, I think. Well, it doesn't work out okay because
he's loose at this block and they got to him.
Yeah, Emmett Moran feeds Alan Quigley. Alan Quigley bearing down on goal scoring opportunity. He's done this before. He takes the point. You're not a fan of that, Stevie. He's actually put it wide, would you believe? Oh my word, he would usually make meat and drink out of that, but unfortunately he got the meat, but it's butchered.
Yeah, and I said it earlier, if the ball had been kicked, probably needed to be kicked another maybe 2 seconds earlier.
Okay, so now all momentum with the Cocks. They are indeed. Here comes Cormac McGilligan. He has a runner inside. McGilligan going the whole way, but he should have given it off. I have to say, he should have given it off. Disappointing effort there. The outcome needed and deserved much, much better.
Yeah, it should be realistic now. It should be 13 points to 9.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's unfair to say Kilbride are living dangerously. It's the Fighting Cocks actually just taking command.
They have, yeah.
More so.
There was a fumble on the halfway line prior to those 2 misses.
James Foley rising for that, but it doesn't work out. Liam Shepherd careers down the heart of the defence. Liam Shepherd with a goal scoring opportunity on the 21, on the 40. Shepherd with the shot. He hits the crossbar. He hits the crossbar, and somehow it's gone wide. It hits the crossbar and has gone wide. I have never, ever seen that. It hit the crossbar and he slap bang in the middle of the crossbar. What sort of weird spin do you get on something like that?
There's no one in it, and umpire. And nearly went the height of the post as well.
A remarkable piece of play from Liam Shepherd. A remarkable outcome as well, I have to say. Very few times have I ever seen that. A cruel stroke of misfortune, one might say, but a cruel stroke of luck for Kilbride, because it could easily be 113 to 9 points. Instead it's 11 points, 2-9 with the Fighting Cocks still in the ascendancy and on the attack here once more. This is a real purple patch for them. They need to make a count on the scoreboard, you'd imagine, with this sort of dominance. Can they get one here now? Cross it goes to Shepherd once more, does the figure of 7 and gets fouled. I think that foul, was that foul outside the arc? I'm not sure.
It was inside it.
Okay, just inside there, yeah.
Kilbride haven't got the ball out of their own half the second half. And the second half is only on 4.5 minutes. And they're very lucky to possibly be as well in the game as they are.
Here's Aaron Dowling, this time out of the hands, strikes it in, strikes it through and over the bar and into a 3-point lead for the Fighting Cocks. That's the second one for Aaron Dowling. Kilbride need to get going here in this one. They really have struggled in the opening exchanges of the second half, but the Fighting Cocks have been brilliant. They've brought great pace, great energy, but unfortunately more often than not, poor composure.
Yeah, there's a sub warm up there for Kilbride. Stephen Carroll seems to be coming in. Their next breaking play.
Larry Murphy sends him into the hut. And Kilbride have won this kick out now, and they have an advantage here as well. And they have runners inside. One of those is their midfielder, Pierce Dean, and it's going to be brought back here for the free, which is on at least the halfway line, I think.
Peter Ross would advantage. The advantage is basically it's a never-ending advantage attack-wise. So you know, you go all the way, that's the way it is. And
so Sean Foley's going to make way here for Stephen Carroll.
Stephen Carroll with basis number 5, Sean Foley. Stephen Carroll number 24 is Sean Foley number 5 on the Kilbride team.
So Kilbride with the free just inside the Fighting Cocks half. Pádraig Waters goes long with the outside of the boot towards Ryan Farrell. He's shepherded all the way there by Dylan Rowan. Scoring opportunity here for Kilbride. Great energy in the stand, great physicality out on the field, and a free for the Fighting Cocks. Taken quickly, not quite sure. Okay, right, so he has said he hasn't gotten out of the way, so 50 metres of an advantage. I'd say the 50 metres is probably give or take where, okay, there's a few more, they're on the 65 here now, the Fighting Cocks in the Kilbride half. And taking it quickly is Jack McDonald up towards Killian Fagan. He's got one off either foot so far. He'd love a third. He's been stood up tall, but gets, oh, that's a big hit there. That is a big hit on Aaron Dowling. By Stephen Carroll, I think it was.
I think it was more you ran into him rather than the hit.
Now I have to say, Stephen, to argue with a referee in that particular scenario when it's a stonewall free does not make sense to me. And now it's going to be a card as well.
Johnny's only put his name into the book a minute ago for coming on, and he's going to put back into it again for a yellow card.
Yeah, and this is going to be a second converted free from Alan Quigley, which will make it 13 points to 9, which could have been the case 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
but anyway, it's going to be the case now.
They're dominant all over the place.
Yeah. For coverage in association with J&J Services Limited for all your sign and graphics needs, hobby weld, welding, gas, you name it, J&J Services have it in Tulla. And the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse with the finest of tasty treats and lovely food to boot in the heart of Kilbride. Kick out here from Michael Brown. Big play. Big play, and it's won by Kilbride, as you say, with Jack Fitzgerald. Loose ball.
Go back and then lose it again.
Yeah, there's such a great atmosphere at this. Like the stand is packed. I don't know whether it's because most of the bodies are in the stand or what's going on. But
Johnny says enough of that. He's throwing the ball in between the Gilligan and Darren Foley.
Heavyweight division tussle, as these throw-ins tend to be. Breaking ball favours someone in the middleweight division, but that is Fighting Cocks man crucially. And Emmett Moran is on the ball, and I think, is there a breach or advantage? Okay. Right, so McGilligan will take this one. He's got a man to his left. That's Billy Malloy, who was very busy in the first half. More composed play now. A little bit of silence momentarily in the stadium. We haven't had a whole lot of that in the second half due to the sheer excitement of the tussle. Speaking of excitement in this tussle, Liam Shepherd in possession. Back it goes. 2-point effort coming in from Cormac McGilligan, but it's gone to the right and wide. Nice correction, Stevie.
Yeah.
I have red pen here as well for all your corrections. Yeah. Not that there's a whole lot of them.
That's four wide second half. They're utterly dominant at the moment. Need to make a pen scoreboard a bit more than they're doing.
Well, this time it's Billy Nolan bursting forward. Over to the other Billy, this time Malloy. Alan Quigley back to Billy. And Billy sends it in, and he sends it wide again. These wides are now starting to mount up. It's 13 points to Fighting Cocks, 9 points Kilbride, still with 40 minutes on the clock. Stephen, wow, that's all I can say in terms of the start of the second half.
It's like a game with 10 minutes gone, there's 3 points and no score, but it should be...
Maybe 10 points, no score. Here's Pierce Dean again for Kilbride. He's been given a free. Overzealous tackling, says Johnny Murphy. Here's Owen Nolan for Kilbride. Nice neat ball in. Kilbride man hits the deck. And out comes Matthew English Hayden. We're in 3, didn't start the game, but come in at half time. It's a great ball to Jack McDonald. McDonald has time and space here now. You have to think this is a really good opportunity for the Fighting Cocks. Oh, it could be a goal scoring opportunity. Aaron Down and bearing down on goal. Last ditch defending there by John O'Neill. And out it goes. Does it even go? Yeah, it's gone, yeah, for 45. I was thinking there for a sec, the way they were slowing up, but yeah, crucial.
At the other end of the field there, not. That play broke up. Murphy just heading up to see. 45. I'll take this quickly here. Aaron Dowden.
Well, take her pick. Yep. I think McGilligan's got a rugby background as well, doesn't he? He definitely has a rugby frame, hasn't he? Again, just a wrap up of some results, I suppose, from the last 24 hours. So Grange through to the Intermediate Football Championship final after seeing off St. Patrick's. Technically speaking, that was 3 draws this year, because extra time needed to separate them and St. Patrick's, of course. Drew in the group stages, drew last weekend, drew for 60 minutes last night, and Grange get through to meet Ballin. Bankerstown Gales, of course, winning the minor hurling championship last night, and earlier today a sensational win for Munster Rangers in the senior camogie championship final, over 26 in a row seeking Michael. Sakanta recording a bit of history as well in winning the junior championship for the very first time. And in the junior SME final, our first bit of coverage we brought you here this evening, Loughlin Bridge progressed with a comfortable win over Rathvilly into this year's final. Attention has been given to Daniel Bulger, and now we're at a point where we can resume the action. Bulger is okay for now, and I suppose okay is about as good as it'll get for now, as Cormac McGilligan lines this one up. I'd say there could be a snaky short option to his left, but if he has the range, you're better off leaving him at it, because you don't want to be a distraction to your own. McGilligan has a go from the turf. It's hanging in around the gaff, but Kilbride have dealt with it. Can they move the ball quickly now from A to B? They have a wise head here on the ball in Owen Nolan. He's been chased by Killian Fagan. Good hand pass over to Pierce Dean. This time it's Ryan Farrell. Farrell has a bit of a gap. I'd say there's a recycle needed here. He does ever so well to get it across.
He's on the cusp of either losing it or blowing for over carrying.
Stephen Carroll takes the simple option then and picks out Corrick Waters. Corrick Waters to Dara Foley, the 2-point merchants here this evening combining. Stephen Carroll again just inside the arc with the outside of the right. Oh, just gone to the right and wide. Kilbride low on the wide front. I think that's only their third in the game. Yeah, 44 minutes we're heading for on the clock, and somehow it's only a 4-point game with the Fighting Cocks 13, Kilbride 9. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here. If you are listening to us and logged in on your YouTube account, drop us an old comment, just let us know how we're sounding. Hopefully it is to your satisfaction indeed, as the Fighting Cocks break forward into the Kilbride half with Billy Malloy again. He's covered some ground here this evening. The GPS stats to be interesting on Billy. And now there's Fighting Cocks after hitting the deck off the ball. Didn't quite see what happened. As Owen Nolan gathers just on his own 65 and feeds Ryan Farrell. He's been busy in this game as well. Needs runners though, needs support. Kilbride needs scores. O'Nolan offering an out ball. Jack Fitzgerald with another option. Now out it comes to Peter Steen, back to Jack Fitzgerald. 2-point territory. They're not going to force it. They're going to come around the arc here. And in it goes now to their corner back, who is Michael O'Brien. With the wing back, Davy Francis. Francis forced to come back out, takes a few steps. Good call, Johnny Murphy, I have to say. And Kilbride just struggling to engineer any sort of an opportunity. And again, some bit of descent here as Johnny Murphy moves the ball up to 50 metres. And the Fighting Cocks had the free now in the half.
It's 3-on-3 up here. They're not going to do it because they're going to be 4 points. They're going back. But you know, all these indiscretions are going to come back and bite someone when the game is over. Maybe between 16 and 20 minutes since Kilbride have scored. If you add in the stoppage time in the first half.
There's Aaron Dowling lining this one up. It's dangerous, but it's still by Mick Brown in the goal for Kilbride. They need to move the ball quickly now, Kilbride. Easier said than done from up here. Dara Foley with a nice left-footed ball down the line towards Ryan Farrell, who has time and space. This is where...
There's isolated over here. There's 2 Cox lads on him at the moment.
Daniel Bulger back up on his feet. He's been turned. He's handling the ball on the ground. I think maybe Johnny Murphy says becomes unplayable.
Johnny was going to signal for over carrying, but
yeah, there's a few disgruntled supporters down there now, without naming names at the minute.
Giving possession to Kilbride anyway. There's no outcome of it.
Okay, yeah, possession indeed to Kilbride and a switch of the ball there as well. I don't. It's obviously possession free, is it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to a free, as the fella said.
We'll see. Like Sabi.
He's going to stick this one in around the house, I'd say. It might even go the whole way. And it does indeed. It wasn't just a possession free. It was a proper free and it was a proper good score from Dara Foley. His third 2-point effort of the evening. Kilbride 11 points, Fighting Cocks 13.
Yeah, they just outside the right. No need for just a minute hits his foot. The post could be half the size there and still on there.
Yeah, juvenile goalpost would be dissected there as well. That is just an outrageous piece of skill from Dara Foley.
2-pointer again for Kilbride. All the position, go back to 2 points, all the Cox possession, and there's only 2 points in it.
Well, efficiency and economical. Would that be the 2 terms?
Yeah.
Let's add in physical here now as well, because that's the way things are about to get in the last quarter of this Junior A Football Championship semi-final, with Kilbride chasing down the Fighting Cocks. 13 points, plays 11 in association with the Forge Bakehouse and Restaurant and J&J Services. For all your sign and graphics needs, a free in here now for the Fighting Cocks and an opportunity to put a bit of breathing space, maybe, just maybe.
It's right on the D, it could be either inside or outside. I think Johnny's saying it's outside.
The arc, yeah. The famous arc. The game-changing arc. Some are still not fans of it, Stevie, but I have to say I think it's offering great excitement from a personal point of view. I'm a fan of it. A couple of other things I wouldn't mind seeing. I think, someone had mentioned this before, a solo on goal from a line ball I think would be quite interesting. If you enter the opposition's half, to not be able to go backwards, or I don't know, that's a tricky one because you can
basketball,
yeah,
pass the ball back over halfway line.
Yeah, that is a little bit tricky, but definitely the solo and go from the line ball I think would be a cool one.
And Quigley's going to have a shot at 2-pointer here.
Yeah, well look, there was doubts about where the free was it inside or outside the arc. The run starts from outside. We'll see what the hand signals are and we'll see if the accuracy is good as well. We've definitely seen Quigley do this before. He's lining it up. He gives it plenty. He gives it plenty. What a score that is from Alan Quigley. The veteran coming up trumps here in the last quarter, edging the Fighting Cocks into a 4-point lead.
And it's fair to say that was badly needed after the dominance they've had possession-wise in the second half. Darren Foley's 2-pointer brings it back to 2 points. Alan Quigley says, "I'll have made that." It's back to 4 again.
Oh, big play here, and the race is on for possession. Dara Byrne comes out with a goal. Ryan Farrell chases him down. Daniel Bulger putting pressure on James Hickey, and that's good play from Jack Fitzgerald as well. Kilbride defending from the front here, it has to be said, and winning the back. Pierce Dean thought about maybe momentarily having a go. Nathan Dorn did have a go earlier in this game. Clever play from Owen Nolan. Here's Pierce Dean, scoring opportunity. Nathan Dorn on the 14. Nathan Dorn needing support. Dorn having a shot, locked down, and are the Kilbride mentors signalling foot block? I'm not quite sure. He's definitely down holding his leg, but
I don't know, but that's a foot block.
we just can't. We actually just can't even stop for a breath. This is end-to-end stuff. It's pulsating. It's proper championship football. It's as good as you get.
There was a couple of intricate hand passes and a flick from Owen Nolan. Only wasn't room to get a foot to the ball.
Here come the fighting cocks now with Cormac McGilligan. Has a runner inside. Instead he goes to Trevor Watchorn. This is well worked. Emmett Moran is on it now. Good, hard, fair hit put in on Emmett Moran by James Foley. Yeah, definitely a referral letter with that one, Stevie. As Kilbride with Dara Foley send this about 60 yards down the field. He's trying to pick out his midfield partner, Pierce Dean. He's done that. Dean now ushers one forward towards Owen Nolan. And
Nolan's got hurt. He just ran into the ground.
And that's not what Kilbride want to see.
Picking us up to injuries. A couple lads trampling as well on the fighting cock side. I see there.
Yeah, a lot of energy has been expended in this one. Killian Fagan taking a hop.
Back up anyway. Happy for Kilbride.
Fagan very, very steady on the ball here, isn't he? He's loads of football. Cormac McGilligan taking a few plays as well. Just trying to take this thing over here, I think. But maybe taking too much over is McGilligan. Gets a second by Yad. Gets a bit of hardship as well. All fair in love and war. And does ever so well to keep going forward. Now Emmett Moran on the blind side. This one will ask questions of him. Can Moran ask questions of Kilbride? Back it goes. It's with Young Dowling, I think, is it? Nice little mazy run. They're forced to come back out to McGilligan. Now is it Billy Nolan. Nolan back to Killian Fagan. Fighting Cocks linking up well here now. Lovely little flick pass in towards Alan Quigley. Quigley off the left. It's taken a nick and it's gone out for a 45 indeed. So 52 minutes on the clock, 15 points Fighting Cocks. Kilbride 11 points. This is really, really good stuff, Stevie.
The scores may have dried up, but the drama hasn't. It's 4 points, a couple of 2-pointers from Dara Foley. It's back level. They have to get way more possession than they've been getting.
So
McGilligan's having another go at this one.
he has a short option. Okay, in fairness, the run was on. The ball had to go straight away if it was going to go at all, and it didn't. So McGilligan's going to go the distance with this.
Well, the last one, he has improved a good bit from the last one.
Here he comes again. Doesn't get the desired effect that he wants. Dara Foley kind of half falls as he's hitting this one, so it turns into a Gary Owen, so to speak. Chasing that down very well for Kilbride was Davy Francis, and Davy Francis hits the deck and wins himself a free, which Dara Foley will take, I think, but not before Johnny Murphy.
Yellow card.
Yeah, yellow card is the outcome, and a free to Kilbride.
Mahi Dolan has entered the fray just to
Spice things up a bit. Father and son on the field of play at the minute. I think Trevor Watchorn is the man that's making way. He got the opening pointer this evening, Trevor Watchorn. Playing a good shift as well. And not too shabby to be able to bring in someone like Matty Down onto the field.
Yeah, they've experienced this. Could be 10 minutes left in the game still.
The choosing number 20 Cox Dean, Matthew Downing, 27. Basis number 23, Trevor Watchorn.
Kilbride get the next score. Well, they're careering forward here now, Kilbride. And doing ever so well is the full back. That is Tom Donald. Donald gets a pass away. Out comes to Jack Fitzgerald. He's in 2-point territory. Daniel Bulger is as well. On the blind side is Pierce Dean. Bulger sends it in. Might work out towards Pierce Dean. It doesn't. And in fairness, the Fighting Cocks do ever so well with Mr. Matty Dowling.
Yeah, they're back in front of his own goal.
Well, if I recall, obviously a corner forward by Trey, but I do remember one year he was playing at 6 and did not look out of place.
Well, there's another man going to enter the fray here now, Mr. Joe Waters. He's just about to come in for Kilbride.
What a servant. What a human being.
Yeah.
Great stuff there by Emmett Moran to win that one when it looked like he was about to be dispossessed. Fighting Cocks have been relentless in running the ball down the heart of the Kilbride defence in the second half. They're doing it again. He's on the 21. He had a goal-bound effort already. This time he sends it inside. It's going to Alan Quigley. Quigley with the shot. Oh, I don't believe it! I do not believe it! The ball was about to hit the back of the net. Liam Shepherd had continued his run. Quigley goes around and it hits off Liam Shepherd and somehow stays out.
I'd be surprised if someone from the Fighting Cocks didn't drive over a black cat to save it coming in, because
two of the most obscure goal chances you will ever see. Liam Shepherd involved in both, it must be said. And talk about a cruel stroke of luck. Shepherd hits one off the crossbar, which somehow rises up but not over the bar, then provides a little flick pass, is involved in the lead up to that goal scoring opportunity with Alan Quigley, and somehow prevents the ball from going in via Alan Quigley. You couldn't write it. You could not write it.
the homeowners live the charmed existence. There's 4 pints in it. 4 minutes normal time.
Well, this is like something out of
there's not much normal things going on at the moment.
wow, this is just incredible stuff. Scintillating.
Off there. Joe Waters on for James Foley.
Experience with experience. Unbelievable game of football. Enthralling stuff. Enthralling stuff. If not a tad odd and weird and bizarre and all those things at times. Lovely ball in there by Will Kelly to Killian Fagan. Scoring opportunity for the Fighting Cocks, and Aaron Dowland converts that one. And Aaron Dowland puts the Fighting Cocks into a 16 points to 11 points lead. Again, a shout out to J&J Services Limited for all your sign and graphics needs, and the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse, our live audio sponsors.
First score in 8 minutes, and some bit of normality brought back to proceedings.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of abnormality.
Yeah.
Area 51 type stuff.
Cocks are knocking up these breaks though, generally.
Oh man, this is incredible. This is.
In fairness, that was brilliant work by Davy Francis, because he had no right.
Well,
like God to get on with that.
Says hello to Matty Dowland.
Still in your weight division.
And here he is careering through on goal. He's halted by Will Kelly, and Kilbride will, you'd imagine, have an opportunity to get back to within 4 points here. Dara Foley should be meat and drink to him. My God, what a game of football. Change for Kilbride. Jack Cranny now coming into the fray. We've just under 3 minutes of normal time remaining.
Number 15, Jack Cranny, replaces number 11, Daniel Bulger.
Yeah, Daniel Bulger, in fairness, has put in quite the shift in this game as well. So Dara Foley stepping up. Dara Foley sends it in and over the bar. We've said that a few times before, Stevie. Back to 4 points. Now, is there a twist in the tail here yet? Can Kilbride produce a rally? We saw Grange trailing against St. Patrick's on a number of occasions over the past couple of weeks, and somehow dragging themselves back into it and getting an equaliser via John Murphy both times actually.
Yeah, I suppose our intention will be going to the same with the additional time. If it is 30 seconds, which no rule was a rule at home, we're going to have at least 3 or 4 minutes anyway.
Well, here come Kilbride now. Momentum is with them. Ryan Farrell bearing down on goal. Ryan Farrell on the 21, heading for the 14. That's good tackling there by Kilbride, but a little bit too much according to Johnny Murphy.
And get free there, because I thought he was set up fairly well.
Good tackling by the Fighting Cocks, I should say.
Yeah, he will bring it forward. He's steady moving.
Right, so it's back to 3 now. Dara Foley, you can chalk this one down. Over it goes, back to 3. And we have about 80 seconds of normal time remaining. 16 points Fighting Cocks, 13 points Kilbride. This kick out really is crucial, Stephen Marmot.
Yeah, the Cocks have been winning the breaks, changing the kick outs. 3 quarters of the second half. There's a lot of room over here. Will he go for Liam Shepherd and Joe Waters? He's going to the crowd at the far side. He's going to the crowd at the press box side.
Yeah, it's a big play and it's a big take, and it is significant at the minute. How much additional time will we have? Liam Shepherd has been involved in outrageous periods of play this evening. Had to be seen to be believed. Fighting Cocks retain possession. Back it comes to Shepherd. Shepherd to Emmett Moran. Moran to Matty Dowland. Dowland to Alan Quigley. Quigley might wind up here. Oh, this is lovely play from the Fighting Cocks. Is the end product going to be good? Is the ball touched on the ground? It's not. And we're going to have 3 minutes of additional time. We have 20 seconds of normal left. We'll have 3 minutes of abnormal, and there has been a lot of abnormal in this game as that ball is sent down towards Nathan Doran. There's the word in the space. There's also options. We have Owen Nolan on the edge of the arc. Owen Nolan pops into Darragh Foley. Darragh Foley has Matthew English aiding for company. Darragh Foley gathers. Darragh Foley shoots. Darragh Foley sends it to the left and wide. And Foley, I think, could be in a spot of water now as well. Lachlan McGath for Owen Nolan. So we enter additional time. We have 20 seconds of a play. There was 3 to be added. Darragh Foley is down here now at the minute as well.
Looking like cramp.
Yeah, Owen Nolan, as we said, makes way for Lachlan McGath. Owen Nolan has been very good in this game. Darragh Byrne sends it out long. This kick out really is crucial. The Fighting Cocks have won it. It's with Matty Dowland. It's a first time ball sent down towards his son Aaron. Aaron has been prominent in this game as well. Skips inside his man, skips inside it a second time, but his opponent, Rowan Dillon that is, will not give up. Kilbride will not give up. The Fighting Cocks are still in command, however. Can they muster up a scoring opportunity? Emmett Moran will have a go. Emmett Moran sends it in, but it's gone to the wrong side of the post. So we still have ourselves a 3-point game here in Netwatch Cullen Park. We have approximately, oh God, what have we got? 110 seconds. When we look at it that way, roughly. A bit of quick maths here, which I was never good at, but anyway, long kick out. Cormac McGelly getting Joe Waters. This is super heavyweight division, not just heavyweight. Unbelievable stuff in this game. As Kilbride come forward here.
Darragh Foley's gone full forward there at the moment. He has Liam Shepherd as the full back at the moment.
I think and one in around the house.
They're not going to move from there to that square.
Joe Waters is going to land it in. In it goes, it's around the house. Darragh Foley is underneath it. Foley gets a hand on it. Nathan Doran is in there as well. Here's Darragh Foley. Foley with the shot. And we are back to 2 points here in Netwatch Cullen Park. Enthralling stuff. Great stuff from Kilbride. Great stuff from the Fighting Cocks. This is proper championship football. This is what we call Carlow championship football. And this would do any great justice.
The Cocks game here, that Locknbridge last year semi-final was no scoring, but they want to go back into a year going to junior, and this is just, you know, they're over the line that against Bannon. Can they go over the line here now? They're 2 points up, and we're in the last minute.
That's a great take.
Cormac McGelly.
The Fighting Cocks are in the ascendancy by 2 points. It's 16 points to 14. Jack McDonald hits the deck, and that's going to be a free for the Fighting Cocks. Now, do they have a go, or do they try to work it? Is it in range? Is it out of range? It has to go dead regardless.
27 seconds left. Jack McDonald, not that he said, I go towards the goal, drawing contact, got fouled. It's a chance.
And with Darragh Foley on the deck, I wonder, does that give us another play in this game? I wonder, does it? Well, if Alan Quigley puts this over, it becomes a 4-point lead, and that play might become insignificant all of a sudden. I think Quigley
back up to the goal if this goes dead, whether it goes over the bar or not. Quigley will be hoping to get the orange flag going.
Here comes Quigley, strikes it well, and it's over the bar, and that should be the Fighting Cocks into this year's Carlow Junior Football Championship final. It's Fighting Cocks 18 points, it's Kilbride 14 points. Stephen Bombrick, this has been phenomenal stuff. It got a touch. Oh, another twist in the tail. It's 17 points Kilbride. It's 17 points Fighting Cocks, 14 points Kilbride. So we are still at a 1-score game. A goal would level it for Kilbride. Can they get it? Here comes Ryan Farrell. Farrell takes contact. Farrell has advantage. He also has Joe Waters to his right. Back it comes for that free. It's going to be just on the 65. Johnny Murphy wants to take it from there.
He has work. He socks off.
Okay, they're claiming a breach. Oh, I don't believe it. It's a breach. I believe it could be a breach. It could be a breach.
It's a double breach if looking at.
It's a breach. I don't believe it. This is extraordinary stuff in Netwatch Cullen Park. Kilbride had a free. It would have been hope more than expectation, but with that free, an opportunity for a goal scoring opportunity if put around the house, but they have committed a breach, and instead the Fighting Cocks will have a free dead straight in front of the goal, and this should be curtains.
Yeah, this will go out to 4 points, and possibly the last kick of the game. But like, you know, we've had second half that, as you said, the scores might have been as plentiful as the first half. I'd say if you add them up, they won't be too far off it.
Yeah, well, it's phenomenal stuff. Alan Quigley lined this one up. It should be the last one of the game, and it's been an extraordinary game. Alan Quigley sending it in, sending it over the bar. That's the last action of this game. The Fighting Cocks are through to the Junior A Championship final, and we have a little bit of unsavoury scenes here off the ball now, I have to say, which is maybe not the nicest things to see, but we did have a little bit of that. But the crucial thing is that the Fighting Cocks have prevailed to this year's Junior A Football Championship final, defeating Kilbride by 18 points to 14. They'll meet Loughlin Bridge. Stevie, we'll wrap it up very, very shortly. Thank you very much indeed for your contributions to the coverage here this evening. Thanks also to the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse in Kilbride and J&J Services in Tullow. We're going to get a bit of post-match. We'll be busy up on our socials. Don't know if we'll have them on the socials tonight or tomorrow morning. We might be burning the midnight oil, but we've had some evening here in Netwatch Cullen Park, it has to be said. Thank you for listening in. We really do appreciate it. And we are recording our podcast, of course, tomorrow evening as well. And a shout out to our podcast partners just before we wrap it up. And that, of course, is Heron Sauna, Bar of Brew, Fenlon Plumbing and Heating, Chalky Rain On, Infinite Energy, Norley Plant and Civil, Tully's Bar, PA Sports, Kevin Kelly Pharmacy, and Milano's Takeaway Banyasana. Thanks again to the Forge Restaurant and Bakehouse for this evening's coverage, and J&J Services. Wrap it up there. Recording tomorrow night for the pod, hopefully out tomorrow night. We'll chat to you all then. Take care.